Do you love the look of fresh flowers? Does your significant other constantly bring you fresh flowers he picked up on the way home from work to apologize for things such as not completing his honey-do list or even starting it? Fresh flowers can bring a pinch of spring into your drab life anytime. But with fresh flowers, you have to deal with the mess. The sneezing. The seasonal selection. The constant refreshing. That's why I prefer silk flowers. Silk flowers can add beauty, elegance, and pretentiousness to your fancy home without the hassles that real flowers can create.
Doilies and petit fours, glitter and frilly drawers. Fancy that. Pink roses in a vase, tea parties, hats and lace. Fancy that.
Hello, and welcome to Fancy That. Today, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to make a beautiful FauxEver flower arrangement. All you need is a vessel, silk flowers, tin snips, and bits and bobs. The most important flower arrangement technique doesn't involve the flowers. It's all about the vessel you put them in. If your flowers don't have a sturdy foundation, they won't stay in place, and your arrangement will end up falling apart, like meringue on a humid day. You can choose any vessel to hold your flowers, from a vase or a decanter to a fancier vase or decanter. Some people in neighborhoods much farther away from this one choose to use a watering can, a milk carton, the leftover tub of their cat's temptation treats, or a Panera cup. They find this unique somehow. If you find yourself having these thoughts, just stop. Stop. Thanks to 26 years of marriage and a husband who apologizes a lot, I have an extensive vase collection to choose from. Today, I've decided to use a Waterford leaded crystal vase I received in 2012 after a rare Las Vegas flood when my husband failed to put his jacket down over a puddle and I got my shoes wet. I've cataloged all of the apology vases, and I know exactly why I have each one. After you've selected your vessel, it's time to talk flowers. Since I'm using silk flowers, there are a few of the pitfalls that would plague those of you who insist on using freshly cut flowers. I'm going to focus on color, size, and type. It goes without saying, but the focal color I've chosen for my arrangement is pink, the fanciest of all colors. You can mix in different color values and hues for your chosen color, or mix in complementary colors. Just grab your color wheel to make sure you're not making a color blunder. Choose colors that are across from each other. They create drama, and when complementary, you're sure to get a lot of compliments. Luckily, pink and green are across from each other on the color wheel, and most plants come with green parts. White is at the heart of the color wheel, so pink and white make a classic combination. Sometimes I use a floral frog, but I don't feel like fondling a frog today. Add some greenery to the vase to give yourself a starting foundation. Ivy, fern fronds, and eucalyptus make very good starting greenery. Next, add in your focal flowers. You may have to cut them. To determine how tall your flowers should be, measure the height of your vase and double it. My vase is 10 inches tall, so my flowers can be no taller than 20. They can even be shorter. You might be tempted to bend the end. Don't do that. If they are too tall, they can actually make the design top-heavy, and the vase can tip over, unless you've added weights. And who wants to add weights to a leaded crystal vase? Not me.
Pink roses in a vase, tea parties, hats and lace. Fancy that.
After you've jammed in all of the focal flowers you can get to fit, use smaller flowers like Queen Anne's lace or status to fill in and give the arrangement a full, pleasing shape. While working on the arrangement, be sure to keep turning it around so you can see how it looks on all sides. If one side looks better than the other and you can't be bothered to fix it, just make sure you're looking at the good side. Oh. And there you have it, the perfect flower arrangement. Eventually, though, even FauxEver flowers will begin to fade and look dingy. Just before that happens, take them outside and plant them in your hedges to give your yard a pop of color throughout the year. And then run out and buy more faux flowers to make your next long-lasting arrangement. Until you have the pleasure of seeing me again, keep it fancy.
Rolling.
Okay. Oh.